When the Civil War began in 1861, not all of the slave states seceded. There were 4, and then later 5 slave states that didn't actually end up joining the Confederacy. But why? How close were states like Missouri or Maryland from joining the Confederate state? Well, interestingly, states like Virginia, Arkansas, Tennessee, and North Carolina were also considered swing or border states because they didn't join the Confederacy until after the firing on Fort Sumter, so they were considered swing states or border states for a little while. While Missouri's governor was a Unionist, there was still a large part of Confederates in the state of Missouri, and those Confederates, they got together and technically kind of made a second government in exile. This is obviously an oversimplification. I'm not the best guy if you want to go to this, so had that governor had more support, he probably would have made Missouri join the CSA. The state of Kentucky was, as a whole, less likely to join the CSA. But on the 10th of December, 1861, over 60 of Kentucky's counties actually joined the CSA. So I guess you could say Kentucky did join the CSA. I think anyone with just even a passing knowledge on the American Civil War would know that West Virginia was never going to join the CSA, and that's because they were a part of Virginia who joined the CSA. And through a constitutional loophole, a lot of Virginia's counties, now West Virginia, joined the United States as a state of Virginia. They just changed the name to West Virginia later. So West Virginia, no, they were not close to joining. Well, in early 1861, Maryland was walking a tightrope between the Union and in the Confederacy. In addition to being physically between both of the two sides, Maryland depended equally on the North and in the South for its economy. Although Maryland had always leaned towards the South culturally, sympathies in the state were as much pro-Union and pro-Confederate, even though they agreed with the Confederate cause more. Reflecting that division and the feeling that of many Marylanders that just wanted to be left alone, right? The state government, they just didn't declare for either side. So technically they weren't part of the Union, although technically they were, and they weren't part of the Confederacy. So it's kind of weird. Delaware was never going to join the CSA if Maryland didn't join. And even if Maryland did join, it's very unlikely that Delaware would have joined. Delaware is a state that did have slavery. Yes, it did. However, it didn't want to secede from the Union. Its House and Senate were made up fully of pro-Unionists. So the chance of Delaware, even if Maryland joined the CSA, the chance of that is extremely low. Well, now you know how close the border states really came to joining the Confederacy. Although, as you can see, I'm not American, so I might have gotten something wrong. So nicely let me know in the comments if I did get anything wrong. Peace.